Morning, everybody. Welcome to another round of coffee and questions, or if it's late in the day, your favorite beverage and questions. What are we going to talk about today? Okay, so like I always say on all my videos, I belong to a couple of forums, and I belong to a local club where we demo tools. We talk about, the pros, the cons, techniques, things like that. I make notes if it sounds interesting. I put together content, I bring it to you. So what's today's topic? Let's talk about utility knives. And there's a whole wide assortment of utility knives, that you can get, from the small box cutters all the way up to something, probably more fancy and more expensive. And what your needs are and what the cost savings can be. Now, to give you an idea, what do I have around the shop? Well, over the years, I've accumulated a lot of different kinds. Let me show you. Put this down real quick. I got the small little flimsy ones. I think Harbor Freight's got these for, I don't know, 50 cents or 99 cents. It's a box cutter basically, and it works fine. And, I use it, no doubt. Then I have the more generic ones. They're like this. And this one's missing the end, but it still works. So, I still use it. I like these because what people don't realize, I was at a garage sale a while back, and the guy had a whole bunch of these blades. I said, hey, how much do you want for these? He said, I don't care. He goes, yeah, give me 50 cents. He goes, they're all dull anyway, they're no good. Oh, okay. So I had about 10 or 12 of these blades, and what he would do is he would use them, and it will dull this tip quickly. But if you see, there's this perforated lines that go across it. I just take a pair of lineman's pliers or just regular pliers, and when this dulls, I just grab it, I put it down into the cutter where I see that first one, I grab it with pliers and I snap it off. Boom, got a brand new blade, because I know that he hasn't used the entire blade in this thing. And to him, they're junk and they're dull. And it's like, well, I knew better, so I went ahead and, like I said, I got them. So I got a whole bunch of these. There's another one. And this one is fallen in everything in the world, and it still works. This one, the blade's almost down to the last one, and I'll have to change the blade in it. These work real well. There's another one that's similar, and another one that's similar. So quite a while back, I got a gift. I got this Milwaukee brand. And I thought, well, okay, I probably wouldn't have ran out and bought it because I don't really need this. I'm not in the construction trades or anything like that. It's nice. It's nice and heavy. It's made real well. It has a nice metal clip on here, and I'll explain why I'm emphasizing the metal in a minute. And what it does is it's got the button, boom, pops up. Take standard razor blade, push the button, it collapses. It's nice and strong, and I really like it. I do. Would I have ran out and bought this right away? No, because I have all of these others that serve the same purpose, and they're very inexpensive. Okay, now, Harbor Freight, and I'm going to show you some ads from Harbor Freight and from Amazon regarding the utility knives. And when I can, and I have in the past, I picked them up when they're a good deal. Now, I don't need very many of them. I just ended up accumulating all of these over time. And I have a pack of blades, and I swap them out real quickly, and whether it's the long ones or whether I'm using the short ones like in the Milwaukee tool. Fast, convenient. The blades in the Milwaukee, I can reverse the blade. The ones on the longer box cutters, I just, like I said, snap them off, change them out, whatever. Now, Harbor Freight also has a wide assortment of these. Let me show you. Okay, now we're out at the club, and we kind of got into a heated discussion over this because somebody jumped up and said, oh, well, I went ahead and I got the Icon brand knife. Not so much one of these cheapies like this. And I said, well, hey, I've heard about that, can we see it? And he passed it around. We looked at it. And I said, okay, but it does have some complaints. Now, let's go through the complaints and then I'll explain to you my thoughts on this. The belt clip mechanism is cheap, flimsy, and it breaks real easily. Many, many people complain about that. Well, it's made out of kind of a little bit thicker gauge kind of aluminum, whereas if you take a look at the Milwaukee as an example, that clip is steel. Okay, so not saying it's a deal breaker, maybe you don't care about the clip, but there are a lot of people that do because they want to put it like, in their pocket and it clips to the side. But still, it's kind of a flaw in the design or, the manufacturing of this, and a lot of people complain about it. So he says, well, it's not a big deal. I really don't care because it has a lifetime guarantee on it. And I go, well, so does the Milwaukee. I mean, if you want to just talk about warranty or guaranteeing, I mean, Milwaukee does too. I thought of it, I didn't want to say anything because he'll get offended, and he was already, I could tell, from when his voice is changing, he was really trying to defend this Icon brand. And I said, well, I look at durability and reliability. So far, I've used that Milwaukee one on lots and lots and lots of projects. It ranks up high to me in terms of both durability and the quality in the manufacture and the reliability. Now, other people can differ and say, oh, Husky and so, and all these people make equally as good of a knife. I think the price point on the Milwaukee brand out at actually Home Depot right now has probably got the best price on it. Now, the interlocking mechanism, or the way that that knife from Icon, does the interlocking, is what I'm trying to say. It just doesn't seem like it's that strong. I can't tell you that it's junk. It just seems kind of flimsy, and that's one thing that I've heard other people criticize it for. But again, I don't own it. The other guy did, and we were just reviewing it and talking about it. Lots and lots of focus around that mounting clip that's on the knife. Now, it's mounted to the knife as like an offset. I mean, and I'll show you a picture real quick. Okay, so you can see the offset on there from center, and then it's down a little bit. Now what that means is if you put it in your pocket, it's going to stick up a bit. And that can be kind of a pain if you reach in your hand, like in your pocket, to get to your keys or something else. It's a minor thing, but I mean, that's the way the offset is on the knife, and those are the things that people complain about. But like I said, I don't own it. This is just what I was reading and what I was being told. Okay, so I would tell you, take a look at these other options, drop down, I'll leave you Amazon links. You can take a look at the Milwaukee and read more about it. It has a lot more information if you use the Amazon link than what you see on the Home Depot website. But Home Depot does have the best price on the Milwaukee knife currently. But if you don't need something like that, I get away with these other real low-cost cutting blades. I don't have a problem putting in my pocket and all this other stuff. People want something fancier that's got the clip. We've already discussed the clip. So what do I think all in all in general? I think the price is way too much. It's at around 40 bucks, and what I personally think is most people I know don't want to spend $40 on a knife like that. And I don't know that many people that do. I don't know if the guy out at the club truly thought it's something he needed, or if it's just like an impulse buy when he went in the store. I think it's way too much for what it is, and even if those things were corrected, the clip and whatever else, the locking mechanism or whatever, even if those things weren't apparent, I still think $40 is a lot to pay for a utility knife, and for the price at Home Depot currently, I would tell you if you're looking for one, consider the Milwaukee. Okay, folks, that's all I got in my comments on these utility knives and pocket knives. So, I mean, I hope you keep following me. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. You folks have a good time. Bye-bye.